Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate you joining us. I say a lot of how excited we are, but this one is really special. Coming into NXT TakeOver, Stand and Deliver, for the first time for us, 2 nights back-to-back, with a lot of things happening in our world right now with the change to Peacock, which is very exciting and an amazing opportunity for everybody. The ability to do 2 nights, first night on the 7th, leading into the second night on the 8th, but the first night being a simulcast on both USA and Peacock in the U.S., still on the WWE Network internationally, and with partners depending on where you are. On the 8th on Peacock domestically, and the same, again, internationally for everybody. This is, to me, one of the biggest events in NXT history, not only the size of it, with having 2 separate nights and 10 different matches that probably any one of them could steal the show. It's very, very exciting to be able to have an event so big that we can have matches like Walter and Ciampa for the NXT UK Championship on night 1, to have Pete Dunne versus Kushida from a technical standpoint, or with the style that they do, almost very much a dream match, straight through to Io Shirai, one of the greatest female performers on the planet, along with Raquel Gonzalez, who has really come along in the last year to be a force to be reckoned with in NXT. It's a spectacular night, and that's just night 1. So when you get into night 2 and you get into that level of Escobar and Devlin in a ladder match for the championship, the Cruiserweight Championship, you get into Finn Balor and Karrion Kross over the NXT Championship, and then a match that's many, many years in the making and has a lot of emotional stakes to it, with Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole unsanctioned in that second night. It speaks to the depth of NXT, to the depth of the storytelling, and really proud of this card and this event and where it's going to go. And I think that we have a lot of momentum happening right now, and very excited about the opportunity to switch to Tuesdays with a lead-in from Monday night and have our own night and everything else. So exciting times, and I am going to, with that said, the one thing I want to mention before we open it up to calls is a little bit unique because of the 2-day event. There will be 2 one-hour live pre-shows that will air leading into each night. So those pre-show specials will be hosted by Sam Roberts and will feature WWE legend Mickie James, Combat Sports commentator and former competitor Jimmy Smith, and LA Times, ESPN, and Sports Illustrated's own Arash Markazi, to round out those shows and really bring some depth to the cards and what you can look forward to in those events. We'll also be Tuesday doing a special press event that will be the top talent from NXT TakeOver both nights. PR, our public relations team, will be in touch with all of you for invites and for how you can submit questions, but we'll be doing that press event and putting it out on Tuesday. And I'm really looking forward to be able to give a lot of the international media that maybe don't always get that opportunity, the chance to connect with the superstars of NXT and of TakeOver Stand and Deliver, not just from where they are from, but the international media connect, whether that talent from the U.S. or whether that the international talent themselves. So I'm just looking to give you all that opportunity to connect in a way that you haven't had before. So that'll all be taking place, and you'll be finding out more information on it in the coming days. So with that, I'm going to open it up to questions, and thank you all for being a part.
All right, everybody, we'll keep it one question per hour, please. Thank you. ask a question, simply press the star key followed by the digit 1 on your telephone keypad. Also, if you're using a speakerphone, please make sure your mute function is turned off to allow your signal to reach our equipment. Once again, star 1 at this time. We'll pause for a moment. And we'll first hear from Jason Powell of ProWrestling.net.
Hello, Jason. How are you?
I'm great. Yourself?
Doing great, thank you. So, when you guys make the move to Tuesdays, there is actually going to be, as I'm sure you know, a pro wrestling show on broadcast or cable television 5 nights a week. And obviously, that's good as far as there being a lot of jobs available. But is that amount of content good for the industry overall, or does it become overkill, or it starts to become detrimental?
I mean, unless you live in a different place than I do, no one forces me to watch anything. It's availability. It's having it there. You can watch with the internet, with the network, with Peacock, with YouTube. You watch any content you want, anytime you want to watch it, pretty much from anywhere in the world on any device. It hasn't seemed, that availability and that accessibility hasn't seemed to damage people's appetite or desire for anything. You know, to me, it's all available 24/7, and the world is becoming less and less of a you must watch at this time. I think some people are slower to adapt to that, and others are there with it. But you know, as you see that moving forward, the ability for people to be able to watch something when they want to watch it, when and where. So I don't think that's an issue for me at all. It's good. You want to watch it. If you don't like it, or it's not your cup of tea, or you like something else, you switch to something else. That's always been television. There's a sitcom on TV somewhere every single night. There's news on every 5 seconds. They're 24-hour news channels. You know, it is what it is. And you find and want to watch what you want to watch.
All right, thanks for the time.
Thank you, Jason.
And next we'll hear from Vicente Beltran Diaz of Marcus Spain.
Hello, Paul.
Hello. I'm great. How are you?
First of all, very good. Thank you so much. I would like, first of all, to say congratulations for the amazing work that the company is doing throughout this whole pandemic situation. It's been a blessing for all of us, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
And my question is, keeping in mind that the Cruiserweight Championship has been defended on NXT and NXT UK, and also the NXT UK Championship is being defended at NXT TakeOver next week, is there any chance to see also the Heritage Cup defended on NXT in the future?
Yeah, you know, I do. I think any of that is a possibility. I think that as the world opens up, obviously we've had limitations with the pandemic and travel and everything else. Luckily, in this time frame, we were able to plan ahead, and we were able to get Walter, and we were able to get Jordan Devlin here. You know, those have been difficult things and difficulties within what we do. There's a lot of stuff we would like to do, just can't get to. So I do think that's a possibility. I think the possibility of, as you saw before the pandemic, the Undisputed Era at the time, taking on Imperium in the UK, I think all of those things are on the table. And to me, those are very exciting opportunities as WWE grows around the globe, as we continue to localize, again, speaking outside of the pandemic in markets. I think you'll see more and more of those opportunities of, you know, whether it's competitors in India being able to come here, or us being able to send competitors there, and whether it's other markets, you know, Mexico, Australia, Japan, whatever it is, and for us to be able to have that interaction with each other and to be able to travel and create those matches around the world. That's the intent. So it's just a matter of how quickly we can get there, given all the circumstances of today's world.
Thank you so much, sir.
Kenny McIntosh of Sport UK.
Hey, Paul, how's it going?
Kenny, I'm good.
Yeah, good to talk. I'm good, thank you. Good to talk to you. Listen, I wanted to ask you about Undertaker. Made some comments earlier on this year about he thought that WWE's product was a little bit too soft, and I know a lot of people kind of had stuff to say about it, from Drew McIntyre to Edge. I wondered what you thought about his comments, and if there's any update on maybe him coming down to NXT to work with some people, if there's any update on that.
Yeah, everybody has a opinion of the business, and the business always morphs and changes, and people have opinions, and you can agree with them, you can disagree with them. Taker has always been one of those guys that's very bluntly honest, and the great thing about him, though, is he's bluntly honest with an opinion. Here's how I think it should be, and here's how I could help you to get there. So he's wide open to all of that. His comments and his intentions are always with the best of intent or desire to improve. And I do believe he has a wealth of knowledge that if he speaks, that there are certain guys in the business that if they speak, they've been around a long time, seen a lot of things, and they've earned the right to. If they speak, you listen, you take their point of view, and you work with it. He's one of those guys for sure. So if he says it and believes that there's something to it, then again, every generation is different, and what people are willing to accept in generations, everybody believes that certain generations of music are better than others too. And at the end of the day, all of this is opinion. We all like what we like. We all dislike what we dislike. And we give our opinions on it. And it really comes down to what do the masses of people like. The successful companies have, that they can tap in long term to the masses of people and get the most people to buy into, to like, to want to participate with today's product. So, that's where it's at. And again, for Taker, I absolutely respect his opinion and take it into account, and look forward to working with him on making it all better on every level.
Thanks.
Next, we'll hear from Gary Cassidy of Inside the Ropes.
Hey, Gary.
Hi, Paul. Thanks for taking the time. So, I just wanted to ask, obviously, we've had some pretty big news today that Chris Jericho is going to be appearing on the WWE Network. Obviously, NXT is moving to Tuesdays. I know this is a question you've heard a lot, but I feel like it's worth asking again now that we've had a few more developments. Might this be a point where we see WWE working with more companies, more wrestling companies in the future?
Yeah, I'm not necessarily sure how that correlates, but look, we're open for business. We've said it a million times on things. Vince has been very adamant to that, right? Open for business. What's best for business for the WWE, and open to working with whoever that is. I mean, it's a funny thing that people sometimes create their own situations in their head, but it's not shocking. First of all, I hadn't heard the Jericho thing today, but it's not shocking to me in any way, shape, or form. People made comments about people after they leave, and they received a nice call from Vince or whoever that is. Yeah, it's not shocking to me at all. It's not. The perception and the creation of what people believe in their heads when they have zero knowledge of it, personally, is amazing sometimes. The fantasy world that is created.